Hey guys! Today I'm going to be sharing with you the products that I want to use up in 2016. So I kind of did this challenge for myself last year, and so I just filmed my update video or my finale video for 2015. So I will leave that linked here if you guys are interested in checking it out. But I used up a lot of products and set a lot of goals for myself that I felt like were really successful, so I figured I would do this again this year. And I'm going to try to do this quarterly instead. I think instead of doing it, I did it halfway through the year and then at the end of the year last year, but I think I'm going to do this quarterly to help myself make sure that I'm using up these products. I have a bunch of products here. I have a lot of face products and a lot of lip products that I want to work on using up, so I'm just going to go ahead and share with you guys kind of my goals and what I want to use up. So the first things that I have here are kind of sets of foundations and foundation samples. The first foundation that I have is the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous Foundation. I've had this for a while now. I've had it for a while and I haven't used it very much. There's other foundations that I really like. So I have like my L'Oreal Infallible that I went through already. I went through one tube. This is probably about halfway down on this tube as well. And I really like that one, but I don't know that I gave this one a fair chance. So I'm going to try to use this and maybe I'll use it and decide that I don't love it. I don't know. I am at least going to try to get myself to use it a little bit more. So I'm going to try to figure that out. And then I have a bunch of foundation samples that I should really try to use so that they're just out of my drawer. And one of my goals for this year, I saw that Elle is doing 365 days of samples. Last year on Instagram anyway, it was 365 days of empties and I participated in that. But I do have a lot of samples and deluxe sizes of samples and things like that that I should try to use up. So that might encourage me to use up some more of these samples. So I have this one. This is the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau BB. This one's in natural, which is usually these samples are too dark for me, which is part of the problem. But I'll try to use these up in the summer or if I self-tan during the year. I also have the Clinique Beyond Perfection Foundation and Concealer. This one's in Neutral 9, so we'll see how that goes. I have these Tarte foundation samples. This is the Amazonian Clay Full Coverage. This one I always wanted to try and I just never have. So there's obviously colors that are going to be way too dark for me, like the Medium Honey and Tan Honey down here. But I might be able to use these three colors up here when I am not tan and when I get a little bit darker, so we'll see about that. Then I have the Dior Nude Air Serum. This one is in medium beige. Again, this one's probably going to be too dark until I'm self-tanned is my guess. And then I have these two samples that are kind of a carryover from my last year's ones, and it's just these last two. These usually only last one use. So these are the Hourglass Tinted Moisturizers. So these are the Luminous finish in Shell and Ivory. So those ones should actually match me now. I just need to wait for when my skin's a little bit drier. Next up for face products are kind of these two highlighters, and these are the Benefit Girl Meets Pearl and the Benefit Sunbeam highlighters. These I've had in my project pan for the last like 5 months, and I've been working on mixing them into my primers. I like them fine. They're nothing amazing, but I'm going to keep trying to mix them into my primers. Now that my other primer that I was using is gone, I can use these a little bit more easily. So I'm going to keep working on those. I also have a project pan going. I finished 7 by spring. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave that linked here. But I am working on a bunch of products in that I'm not mentioning here because I'm working on those in that project. So if you want to check out those other 7 products, or 6 technically I named in there, and then I'll add one more in for my next update because I did 6 instead of 7. But if you want to check that out, I will leave that linked so you can see those other products. I'm just not going to mention them here again. Alright, next up I have this Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil. This one, there's a lot of it left. I have this in my project pan as well. I definitely need to work on starting to use this up because it's one of the ones that I've had in my collection the longest. Along with that, I also have this MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I mentioned that was a carryover from my last one. This one I barely touched this year, and I need to work on that one because I've had this for a long time as well. I have a lot of eye bases that I want to use up this year. We'll see how that ends up turning out for me. I don't know. I have this Wet n Wild Idolize Cream Eyeshadow Pencil. This one is in Pixie. I think I bought this a while ago because Casey mentioned it. I can't remember what her YouTube name is. She's one that I've been watching for a long time. I don't think she really makes videos anymore. But this one's just like a pretty champagne color. And then I have this one that I've been working on for a while. This was the Milani Brown Eye Highlighter. This one has one side in matte cream, which I've used a ton of. That one's almost gone. And then the other side is Luminous Lift, which is more of like an iridescent pink type color. So I have like about half of that's done, but I need to finish that up. Then I have this eye pencil that's like a shadow stick for just highlighting. So on one side is more of a creamy champagne color, on the other side is more of like a pinky color. So this one's supposed to be for day, this one's supposed to be for night. It's called the Bright Side Double-Ended Eye Brightener. So this I've had for a while. I got it in a Tarte gift set. I don't know how long it would take to use this up, or if it's even still very good, but I'm going to try because I've had it for a while and it just sits around. I have 3 little eyeshadow palettes that I want to work on using in addition to my project pan. So I started my project pan which my main focus is going to be the Naked Basics palette to start off with, but I also mentioned 2 other ones, and then there's one other one that I threw in. So I also want to work on my Mad for Mauve quad from Maybelline. This one's a really pretty quad. It just is getting neglected. So I already have pan in 2 of the shades. So that one I don't think will take too long to use up. I also want to work on this Clinique Color Surge eyeshadow in Pink Tweed. I don't think this exists anymore, but I already have pan in this one. I've had it for quite a while. It's just pretty neutrally colors, but I should probably work on using that. And then this Revealed 2 palette sampler I've had for a while. It actually convinced me to buy the Revealed palette, but this one I feel like I should play with a little bit more. I already have pan in one of the colors. I don't think that would take me that long to use up. And then I have this palette here that's really kind of big and bulky. My mom got this for me a while ago. This is the Benefit Seasons from the Cabana Glama palette. And in it originally had a little sample of the some kind of Gorgeous, I think, foundation that I gave away to my sister because it was too dark for me. It had a Posy Tint, I think, sample in here. That one I also gave away because I never used it. This one has the Hoola bronzer in it and then these 3 pretty eyeshadows left. This packaging is really big and bulky, so I could take this out and have like a little box thing. I kind of want to depot these, but I just don't know how to best do that. If you guys have any suggestions or know how to do that, let me know. But I'm going to focus on the bronzer and those 3 eyeshadows as well. In addition to that bronzer, I want to use up this bronzer. This is the Maybelline Dream Sun Bronzing Powder Matte, and this one was in matte medium, I think. This one was a limited edition one, but I have a lot of progress. I can kind of see the rings down here, so I think it wouldn't take too much longer to hit pan on this. I've had this for probably 3 years now, maybe. And so I want to work on using that up. I just kind of want to move the bronzers that I have out of my collection because I don't use them that often. And so I might as well kind of get them out if I'm not using them that often. I feel like they're just an extra step that I don't really need. The stuff that I have left is really lip products. And there's a bunch of lip products that I want to use up. I have 7 lip products here. 4 of them are minis, and I want to try to use up at least 10. That was my goal last year, and that was including anything, chapstick, lipstick, lip liner, samples, anything. 4 of the lip products that I used up in the last year were like chapsticks, so these are all colored lip products that I want to try to use up. The first thing that is the lipstick that I've had, they've discontinued this lipstick. I think it might still be at Sephora sometimes, but this is the Tarte Glamazon Lipstick in Inspired. It's a really pretty just pink color. You see like my lip divot in it. This one I really like, but I've had it for a while. I need to work on using that one up. Another of the lip products that I've had in my collection for a really long time is this Korres Lip Butter in Jasmine. And this, I really like the way it feels on my lips. I have a bunch of these in my collection, but this one I feel like is the most wearable and easiest to use up. I have 1 lip liner, maybe 2 lip liners in my collection, but this one I've had for a while and I don't tend to use it, so I want to try to encourage myself to use this. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 1000 Kisses Stay On Lip Contouring Pencil in Rose Quartz, so it's just one of the regular ones that you sharpen. It's fine. I'm wearing it today underneath a couple of other things. And then I have 4 little minis that I want to work on using up, so I have this, ew, okay, maybe I'm not going to use this up because it's turning purple. Okay, just kidding. I'm going to throw this one away because that's questionable. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like purple on this side. So never mind. Decluttering that. Haha. So the other 3 minis that I have, one of them is this Makeup Forever lipstick in 9. I've had this one for a while. It was a birthday gift at one point. It's just like a neutral color. This Luminous, I think, in Sadie. Again, just kind of a neutrally color. And then this Bare Minerals Moxie lipstick in Speak Your Mind, which is like a nudie pink color. So I don't know, I just want to work through some of my minis that I have because I have a bunch of mini stuff. I have a few other glosses and things like that that are pretty small size that I want to try to work through. But those are the main products that I want to work through for right now. I will do an update. I'm going to try to do an update every quarter. I'll do one in March, June, September, and then at the end of the year. So that's kind of my goal. Those are the products that I want to use up for now. I'll go through the ones that I end up using up in my next update. I'll see if I need to switch out any products or if there's new products that I want to add. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to know if you're doing any project use it ups or if you're doing any products that I want to use up in 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.